It's gonna be in.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
We got the whole fam here tonight.
Yep.
Everyone wants to get on the game. Even little guy wore his hex shirt.
My hex shirt.
Yeah, you're a Hexagon, right?
Yeah, I'm a Hexagon.
What do you think about all this FUD? That's what I thought. It's essentially Mar's sentiment too.
What did he say?
Who'd say?
The guy in the live stream.
Oh, they're over here.
Oh.
So Black Label Expat, you know him. You met that guy. Says wondering what background I'll see tonight. Well, you got lots of foreground. You got all of us tonight.
Hey, can I hear you, dude?
Crypto King's in the house. He said we stand with Richard. Boom. Benny's in the house.
Who's Benny?
Benny's one of our friends from the Patreon. Same with Corey and Jeremy. We got the brothers here too. Hello, Jeremy. And whoops. And Corey.
And where's some
there's steak and bake.
Steak and bake?
I'm sorry I have to keep leaning forward because Max got his brim from his hat's kind of in the way. I can't really see the comments. He'll go over here. And there's Grandma. Grandma says hi.
Say hi, Grandma.
See, Grandma. See?
Hi,
Says
Grandma.
Mexican. That's Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Rand, reporting for class. What a beautiful family you have. Thank you, brother.
Dad, but why Grandma's not
Hey,
saying?
look, there's Mike.
Hi, my pecan.
That's Natalie's dad.
Hello, my pecan. Thanks. Hey, Mike Pecan. Where are you? Are you gone?
Crypto Compassion.
Where's the
Hex Enthusiast. Oh, look, Hex Enthusiast says there's someplace soccer or football too.
That's good.
Except Maximus kind of walks around the field. He doesn't really run too much.
Big confidence. Come on.
Uncle Mike.
What?
Hey, there's Johnny Chaos.
Who's Johnny Chaos?
He's one of our fellow Hexicans.
Hello, Johnny. He's like Johnny, the name, the YouTuber Johnny.
Oh, Johnny's the YouTube. He's got a. I heard Johnny just set up a YouTube channel too. He's got his own YouTube channel now.
That's
Relax, no screaming. They'll hurt everyone's ears.
doesn't know what to do anymore.
What a hello, bright light.
Hello, boy light.
Bank is mixing. Yeah.
Bank is missing.
Dad.
Hello, Doug with lowercase d.
Hello, Duck. Little
Hello, Moons.
Hello, Moons. Yeah.
Oh, look, Michael Adamick says he's got a grandson named Max too.
Awesome. See you, Lord Max.
Dad,
Yes,
is
sir.
he gonna meet us in Canada?
No. I don't think so.
Do we want
Thank
to
you,
come
Checks.
Thank you, Checks.
Thank you, Iron Crypto.
Thank you, I'm crypto.
So he said he wanted to stream with us tonight. He watches this guy named Johnny on YouTube all the time, and he says I want to stream too, but I have to wait till I'm older. I'm like, yes, you have to wait till you're older. We're not doing one of these streams with a 5-year-old. That's not going to be allowed. So
We have a car named Karen that complains.
okay. The Volkswagen, the Touareg, her name is Karen, and she complains all the time.
I'm glad you heard.
No. He said he's gonna rip one on stream. Oh God, you're so embarrassing, you little shit. All right, so yeah.
I'm crazy.
I was just about to get serious too.
That's just an accident. Sorry.
See, Grandma says you're a natural streamer. Yeah, you're a natural in lots of other ways too. There we go.
Hey, Grandma, why did you say I'm a natural steamer? Yeah.
Oh wow, Iron Crypto's got a son named Maximus too. No way. All right, so the title of tonight was "It's Time to Get Back to the Grind." Is Pulsechain done? Nah, we're not even close to being done. I wanted to retell our story from
Hello.
the bull then bear cycle of 2017 and 2018.
A new guy popped up.
It's Umberto. Remember Umberto?
Why is there Umberto's in the street?
Umberto, remember?
We have
Yeah.
dinner with him.
Yeah.
From
Benny says, "Tell your dad to pull your finger."
That's crazy. Umberto doing? Why are you in the stream?
That's okay. All right, time for you to go watch Bluey or something.
Bye.
Let mommy and dad.
Bye.
He's out of control. All right. Anybody's ever had a 5-year-old, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's time to get back to the grind. Is Pulsechain done? We have a lot of experience in bears and bull cycles. We've been doing this since 2014. When we first got into Bitcoin, all we saw was the price go down for the first year we were in. We bought it 450 and we watched it go all the way down to about 220, I think, or 230, 240 in that range. But do you remember that time? It was more of a novelty. We weren't looking at it for us to get rich.
Yeah, exactly.
We just thought it was cool. And we had lots of friends that were in Bitcoin, so we just got involved too. I think the first 2 years we had no idea what was going to happen to us. And then in 2016 we met, that's when we first met Ira Miller, Jeff Berwick, and a couple other people who were really big
Bitcoiners.
Yeah, Bitcoiners who were bulls who told us, look, you guys need to get into this stuff and you need to take it serious. And we did. And we continued to help do the marketing for a lot of these companies. We started getting involved with social media for a lot of these crypto companies. And 2016 was fabulous for us. I mean, we got to travel a lot. Since we've been married, we never really had money, so we never could like go places back then. And 2016 was the first time we had that kind of money, and we were using our Bitcoin to pay for our travels, which was absolutely insane. Yeah, remember those?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We spent a lot of Bitcoins buying plane tickets. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, going to conferences all over the world, being invited, as VIPs just because of the people we knew. It was a blast, and then we got to start doing projects, and that might be in the back. We were in the back. I don't know how to say it. You guys didn't see our face out front. We weren't advisors. You wouldn't see us on the websites, but we would be there helping launch these projects, doing their images and doing their social media, and helping them get connections with influencers, paying influencers to talk about projects all the way through early 2018. We did that. So, but the thing I want to talk about is, I know in Hack's community, we have had a lot of discussion about sudden wealth syndrome and what happens when people get into crypto and they get their first really big pump and they feel wealthy for the first time. You want to tell your stories about Steemit, what you used to do?
Oh well, Steemit is social media crypto, like a social media platform where you can write whatever you want, make posts, picture, like real content, and then people vote for you, and you are in crypto. So back in the day, I used to make a lot of money. I mean, making blog posts, using my own picture, my own content. Make a lot of money just to go shopping. I mean, how silly. But when you're starting to feel like a little bit, not rich, but with more money than you expected, then you tend to buy stuff that sometimes you don't need.
Yeah, and do things that you normally wouldn't do.
Yeah, absolutely. But nowadays, 8 years later, 9 years later, we always think about how to use the crypto wisely more than spending in crazy stuff.
We are so done. We'd be so rich right now. I mean, we're okay, we're comfortable, but we'd be way richer if we understood, if we were better with our money back in 2016, 17, 18.
Yeah, that was 5-6 years ago. So I mean, the crypto wasn't still like a thing. It wasn't that big then, like nowadays. But now we understood how to use crypto, how to use the money properly. I mean, I would never buy a Ferrari or Lamborghini car just because we have millions and millions. I mean, just a saying. But I know, no. But I mean, I don't judge people. That's what they want, right?
Yeah. There's some people, especially the single ones out there. You guys do whatever the hell you want.
Exactly.
When you're married and you have kids and stuff, things your mindset does happen to shift.
Absolutely. You think more as a family, like what to do. You know?
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about what happened in end of 2017, 2018. That was the last Bitcoin conference I went to. Was in Bogota, Latin American Bitcoin conference. I went and hanging out with Tone Bays and all the guys.
The maxis, you know.
Yeah, all the
Bitcoin.
maxis. I was still accepted at that time. I was still part of the crew until the launch of Hex. But what happened for us at the end of 2017 is we got involved with a company that kind of used me to get at a bunch of projects. We had a project that reached out to us when we were in Lisbon, Portugal, at a conference, and they asked us to help them launch their project. So we had this project that was in our hands that we could have done everything for, and we would have made a nice percentage. But I started a company with these other individuals, and they were also marketers who were very smart people, but they controlled the finances. So I put my trust in people who I thought were trustworthy, and we did this raise, and it went decent. It was the last big raise that we did before the end of the bull market, and I think we raised, I think it was ended up being like 12 million, something like that. So no, the company, and they ended up not paying the raise guys. The company didn't pay our company the proper amount of money they were supposed to pay, and we ended up getting screwed, and we didn't get anything what we were supposed to get. So that was our first bad experience, and really disappointed, and because that was like our project. That was our project that we brought to the table that we knew would be very good. And if I gave you the actual numbers of what we were supposed to earn, you guys would be blown away. But we didn't get shit, so I was really pissed, and I left the company really quick. We only did 3 projects with them, and they moved on. But the big thing that happened to us at that time is that I was so jaded with crypto and with doing raises and working with people that I got a little bit cocky, and I fired everybody. When I say fired, I fired all our clients. We fired everybody.
Well, that was a big mistake, actually. But that was because Maximus was born, and then we thought we were Europeans, that we took 1 year off on vacation.
We did not lift a finger for a whole year. We took some profits, but it wasn't enough, and we did not. I didn't contemplate that the bear market was going to be a firm 2 years long. And it was about the 18-month market into the bear. I looked at Annabelle and I said, look, we got to start getting clients back again. We got to get a couple clients to pay bills to make sure that we don't sell all of our crypto, because I know the bull market will return. And
we did?
Yeah, and we did. And we got picked up for, we worked with a company called Epic Cash, and I had a couple of clients to do images and things like that for. So that got us through the end of the year, and Richard launched Hex, and we put everything that we had into Hex, and you saw, that's what happened. So speaking of this shirt, I've had these ones for a while, the Thank Me Later shirts, and I look back at this, and I bought these shirts right around the peak of Hex, right? And if you would have bought Hex when I was wearing these shirts, man, you'd have been destroyed. So your money would have been like this.
Yeah.
So many of you did the right thing, and you kept DCAing all the way down. And I hope you did well with it. And if you just bought at the top and you just stayed there, you're still massively down. But these are the opportunities that you have to come in and start DCAing over the next couple months, and you're going to be very happy that you did that. So now is the time to wear this kind of a shirt, because if you're buying now or even anytime in the last 3 months, you're going to be very happy going forward. So I wanted to bring that up.
Oh, let's read the comments. There's a lot of comments.
Yeah, sure. My kid was back there singing. I had to put an end to that.
Yeah, I constantly see comments on Twitter of people being disappointed because the market is down. But I mean, we have been couple bear market. We survived.
Yeah.
So and
You
it's time,
survived.
yeah, it's time to make. I mean, other extra income somehow. Keep buying crypto.
It's not easy. I understand the DCA under massive amounts of FUDs is one of the most difficult things you're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely, because everybody's whispering you, don't invest in crypto, don't do anything with crypto.
Yeah, they sure are. They make it rough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have an ultra serious question. Where do you get all your Hex Pulsechain swag? Hex merch, hexmerch.com. I think it's the Hex Asian group. Those guys, they put it together.
Mom,
Okay, I will.
All right, Anna will be right back. Please don't. Okay. Jeez. So Cody says, I have an ultra serious question. Where do you get? Okay, so Hex merch. That's the one I use. Wake Dog says, no money, no honey. I've been married 13 years, bro. Hello, Lunacy Point. No permissions gang. Yes. How much does the average influencer get paid to talk about a coin? Ooh, good question, Black Label Expat. So I'm going to tell you the prices I was paying in 2017, 2018. Anywhere from $5,000 what we would pay somebody to talk about it. It's just like a quick sponsorship of a video, all the way up until about $25,000 for a full interview. So that's approximately what we were paying, and that was 2017, 18. Now I would think it's going to be a little bit higher. I think somebody put out a chart. They had a list of all the influencers and what they charge nowadays. Sudden Wealth, we are very poor now. Well, Mila, not in 2021. In 2021, a lot of Hexkins saw wealth for the first time in their lives, and you could totally see it. You could see by the way that people were acting. It was how I could recognize it right away because I went through it in 2017, 2018. I know what it felt like to finally have a decent amount of money to do whatever you wanted to do. I didn't have to ask permission. I didn't have to borrow money. Didn't have to use credit cards. It was just a wild situation. And now we've gotten wiser and learned how to use money much better. Yep. Steemit forked and became Hive. So our old community of everyone we used to work with and have fun with, they're all on Hive now. I never made the shift. I was disappointed how everything went. First, when Dan Larimer left, the founder of EOS, he left Steemit. He was the one who hired us on the team. If you don't know, we were on the Steemit team for over a year. Dan Larimer left, and shortly after he left, we left. And he went and launched EOS. And then the guy from Tron, I can't remember his name, he came in, he bought Steemit. And when that fork happened, when they took the Hive, the community went and forced the fork of Hive. I didn't enjoy it any longer, and I didn't want to be in the midst of everyone fighting, so I just moved on. But my wife and my mom, they still post there. Thank you, Cody. I appreciate that. Hello, Robert. Robert and I have been all on multiple streams tonight. How I Made says, "Oh, baby, here you go."
Wow.
She's getting her. She's got her little stool here. She says, "What do you use for your skin? Just give us." We talk about health too, so it's okay. Talk about a few things that you do for your skin.
Well, I wash my face twice a day, in the morning and the nighttime. I like to use Vichy products. I think they're the best.
VICHY.
Yeah, Vichy. And I use vitamin E in my face, directly in my face. So.
And castor oil.
Castor oil.
Mm-hmm.
I like retinol. It's good too for wrinkles, pimple, whatever. I mean, that's part of the routine I do every day.
Dude, and she has a routine.
Yeah, I have my routine. I don't.
I will attest to the routine. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Rather have a farm with lots of land than a Lambo. Damn straight, Betty.
Yeah, absolutely. We are the same.
Annabelle, when you see them, please give my regards to the girls at Tower Bank.
Sure.
For sure. Robert says, I've been officially single since 2019 and haven't been looking, but a longtime friend became friendlier. And now I'm planning a trip to Japan. I've been summoned by a lady with a rock band in Japan.
Nice. Sometimes friends are like
That's the best.
the best bet.
I mean, like us. I mean, we were friends. She managed the office. So I was one of the. I owned one of the companies that were in the office with the German guys who owned the whole office space, and I was just part of one of their companies. And Anna managed the front end, and we were friends first.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Brooker says, I should return unmarried but revitalized. It's a clickbait title, or is Randy capitulating? Oh, I'm not capitulating. Nope. This is how it works. And we'll talk about that in a second. Yes, it's always an ongoing process. Oh, nice shirt, Randy. I think it says cute braids, Anna.
Oh, thank you. You know, I'm doing a detox in my hair for a month, so I'm not doing anything.
Just letting it go.
Exactly.
Stand with Big Pep. Hope this case is over with the next. Yeah, Big Pep, he's not going to stream anymore because he's afraid of the SEC stuff. And then his company told him they didn't want him streaming. Can you believe that? His job said he couldn't stream because he was talking about a project that the SEC was upset at.
It's so tough to live in those first world countries.
Yeah. Robert said, I wish my hair was that long. Ramon says, I can't stop buying. It's so exciting. Okay, so this is where Is Pulsechain Done comes in. I want to talk about this for a second because, like I said, I've been through this many, many times. And this is your opportunity over the next 8 weeks to buy the bottom. I think we have beginning of October, somewhere, is when I think the opportunity is going to start dissipating. So if you can remember, Hex hit its bottom in January, February of 2020, and it launched the first week of December. But Pulsechain launched earlier in the bear market, or is it earlier? Yeah, earlier in the bear market than Hex did. So Pulsechain is, I would say you've got about 8 weeks. The happening, let me fix that for you. How's that? The happening is April 4th, and I think that you better prepare because Bitcoin's going to take off soon. I still think we have a rough patch to get through here in August. This could be just an opportunity for the big traders to push the price up, bring in some liquidity, and then dump on them, which is pretty common in this time of the cycle. So I think that be really careful right now, especially if you're buying Bitcoin. But give it till mid-September, after the Jubilee year ends on September 17th. I'm not going to explain Shemitah and Jubilee again tonight, but if you want to know what it is, go do some research. Go watch Waters Above. He's the other guy that talks about it significantly. So just be prepared. This is your chance to come in with a smaller amount of money than the average person has put in right now so far in Pulsechain to get the same bags they have. Once again, I did have a prediction that Pulsechain was going to do 100x in 90 days. Boy, was I wrong. I also said we do 10, 20x in the first couple days, and that didn't come true either. I didn't count on the bridge being FUBAR like it was.
Yeah.
that whole bridge situation really pissed me off. With the amount of money I raised, I have a little bit of grudge that things weren't done better. And then you can see me kind of getting a little bit red here. PulseX as well. PulseX not coming out the way it was supposed to. the fees not working, and they had to make version 2, which I think should have been one of those things that was noticed. But yeah, these are all play a part in why we didn't have a massive run in the first couple of months. And plus, we're in a bear market. So when people smell that they're not going to get their 10, 20x, they start taking their money out. What we did have was people it's like having their money in a savings account. So they sacrificed Hex at 40 cents, 36 cents, and they were able to take out that value right away. And that is something I didn't really take into consideration initially too much. I saw some other people talking about it, but I thought we would still pump. What I didn't realize that people were really hurting financially, and a lot of people needed to take some liquidity out, and they sure have.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe they're still doing it.
Oh, they're definitely still doing it. I think that Pulsechain is still right around the best SAC rate that people could have gotten. So people still have their initial value if they have the discounted SAC rate. A Pulsex is below that now. So now you're negative. If you sell now, you're negative. So be very careful. Right now, I'd be buying, not selling.
Okay, let's keep reading.
Real winners are born in brutal markets. Yes, they are, as we were. That's how we did so well. It's like a yard sale. Dream to buy right now. Exactly. I love DCA when there is fear. I don't like being low on dry powder. That's right, ex-enthusiast. Is putting the crypto alpha behind a paywall protect the influencers? Behind a paywall protect the influencers? Yeah, Paul, that's a good question. Paul's in my Patreon, and he understands. There's one of the reasons why I stopped streaming 5 nights a week is because mentally it was getting to me. The negativity, because I have to go through the comments. I have to read that stuff. And even losing my big Twitter account was kind of a blessing in disguise. I mean, ask Annabelle. I just haven't been on Twitter. I haven't been doing much in social media like I used to. Getting banned all over is probably the best thing that's happened to me. Then launching a Patreon, because the people in your Patreon are people who believe in you.
Sure.
And if people believe in you, you have the confidence to talk about things that you normally wouldn't talk about publicly because you don't have the fear of reprisal. And when I say that I'm selling something in my Patreon, I don't get the negative feedback like I would if I said it publicly. So I appreciate that. It's almost, it sounds terrible I'm saying this, but it's almost like a safe zone. But I think that our mental health has to come first. And being an influencer in a bull market is simple. Just say number goes up and everyone loves you. But being the guy who says it's time to sell, people hate you. Access Alive posted a chart the other day about saying that PLSX could still drop further, and it didn't get any response, no likes or anything. And he said, "This is how it is." Nobody loved his content, but if he makes one of these pieces of content and says that Hex is going at $17, everyone's over it, all over it, and they're all excited. So that's the problem that we have.
Yeah.
People like the dreams; they don't want to talk about the reality sometimes.
Yeah. Also, people are so miserable. This is the most miserable time for a lot of people in crypto.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Paul, you're right. There's more FUD possibly coming. Yeah, Crypto King, Justin's son destroyed Steeman.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't just him. The community destroyed themselves.
That's a big point. The community is a big part of a crypto project.
They just imploded. Everyone was fighting each other when Justin's son came in. It was really bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lavazi, Connecticut. What do you think EX price will be in a year? Oof, man, that's so much information there. I don't know. I've been saying for a while, I think next bull market, let's just go with the bull market, which would be 2025, 2026. I think that end of 2024, 2025, I should say. I would think $1.50 combined. I'd be cool with that. That's 3x the last cycle. So I'd be very happy with that.
Mhm.
Okari IO is here. The only dry powder I've ever seen was gunpowder. They were packed into a musket. We were killing on old stove with great one. Geez. I've actually shot muskets. You gotta pack the ball in and everything. I've done it all. Yep. 50 caliber steel balls. Yep, I've done it. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Everybody love your hat.
Yeah, this is it's from our boy. He's hooking me up. Robert booking me if you come to Japan. Boom.
I want to go to Japan.
Yeah, me too. My wife makes her own skincare with the best essential oils. She's amazing. Oh,
That's cool. I'm looking to do that.
My mom does that. She's one of those people that makes her own soaps and used to sell them, but she just stopped doing that business. Farms and ranches are great. Food matters. Yes, they are. C3 Works. And we have a meeting with our buddy David this weekend, probably on Saturday, discussing the farm.
I know, I have with your hat.
Yeah, this one I bought on Hex Merch. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. What's thoughts on Up? Could be huge gainer on Pulsechain. I don't even know what Up is, so I can't really make a comment on it. Look, guys, I'm in a lot of cryptos, but there's just so many. It's like it gets overwhelming sometimes. Iron Crypto says, spent 25 years pissing my life away on drugs and alcohol. Always lived 100% instant gratification. On the 28th, I celebrate 6 years, 100% clean and sober. I can weather any storm, even the SEC. Damn straight.
Congratulations.
And what? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys something. As a former psych nurse, mental health counselor, EMT, paramedic, did all that stuff. Emergency room nurse. I've done it all. What he's saying there, when he says that he's 6 years clean and sober, the odds of that happening are so small. You guys do not realize how hard it is for people to get clean and sober. My patients, it was like a revolving door for years. Just coming through. How ready are you for 9-inch? Man, I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah, we're more than ready.
Oh man, I can't wait for 9-inch to launch. I want that liquidity yield. Is going to be phenomenal. Single-sided staking. I was talking about this the other day. I think that we'll be able to take our hex and say, for example, you just want to keep your hex liquid. You don't want to stake it. You'll be able to single-side stake it on 9-inch and earn yield. And you don't have to wait for a time frame. You can just pull it out anytime you want. That's going to be powerful. Hey, it's kind of goes against the whole, staking ladders and all that, but it's better than keeping it liquid, just not doing anything for you.
Exactly.
Look who's here.
Hi, Brad.
Hello, Brad. We'll be back in Panama November 1st. Nice. We'll see you then, sir. What about the 26th of this month? Waters Above said more blood. Yeah, Waters Above said, Richard Hart, do not go outside on the 26th of August. Nothing is aligned for you that day, Richard. Just lock yourself up in your bedroom. Watch some of our live streams. Oh man. 50 million Pulse or 170 million Pulsex, what would you do? For me at this current point, I think that Pulsechain is such a great deal that I'd have to go with Pulse. Yeah. Pulsex, Pulsex isn't what I expected it to be. I'm kind of disappointed. I prefer PHUX, and then 9-inch is going to launch soon. So if Pulsex gets its head out of its ass and it doesn't have a V1, V2, and it has single-sided staking, and it has limit orders and all these things, then Pulsex gets real exciting. There is one thing coming that's going to really help the prices of Pulsechain and Pulsex, and that's liquid loans for Pulsechain, which is the liquidity fork, and Power Cities Earn. So those two things I think, are going to pump the prices of either one. But if I had to choose between the two, I would pick 50 million Pulse. Mr. Rock Jockey says he needs those 8 weeks. Talk about the DCA time.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, I agree with you. What are your thoughts? Big if US is no longer in crypto, do people in the US make a huge portion of crypto participants overall? Humor me in the parade of horribles. Okay, so overall, the amount of users that are in crypto aren't, as far as US holders, is not that high. It's the amount of money that they hold in crypto. The Americans are the largest percentage. So I would think Dubai, the UAE, and those countries in Asia are right behind that. And then Central America is coming up because you got whole countries like El Salvador putting sovereign money into it. So I wouldn't worry too much about the U.S. This is just a big game for them. They want to launch their Fed now, so they'll be back to it pretty soon. Just like China banned Bitcoin in 2018 or 2017 September, and now they're opening up exchanges, giving out licenses in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's a game. Definitely, it's a game.
Yeah, they got their CBDC out there, their social credit system, and now they're launching everyone's getting their licenses for the cryptos. If 9-inch DEX joke jumpstarts the bull market for us, yeah. It's not a joke though. It's not a joke at all. It's going to be amazing. And remember, 9-inch is on Ethereum and Pulsechain. Crypto Sloth, good to see you. He had a great stream earlier. It was so funny. It's like I jumped on, then all the other streamers started showing up. It was really wild.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like the A team showed up to support Crypto Sloth tonight. Well, we've had an amazing group, Randy. Thanks for always keeping it real. You are welcome, Luna C. Point. I'm in the wrong time zone to catch most of the Patreon. I have
I'll say no.
noon on Mondays.
I know.
Noon Eastern on Mondays and 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays. So that should encompass most of the world. I don't know how anybody will be able to fit that in, unless you have a job that can't participate. Thank you, Randy, for doing what you're doing. Thank you, Ms. Hilarski, for supporting him in his endeavor to keep a Hexagon like me informed and grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she supports, for sure. She lets me do whatever the hell I want.
I support with my bikinis.
Diamond Dave says, hopefully we'll be saying goodbye to the bear soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to go to Europe.
Yeah. I told her if things go well, we'll go to Europe for Christmas. So we'll see.
Oh, Jesus.
But
yeah, at this point, no.
right now, no, because we made mistakes. Our big mistake for us was 2016. We spent a whole bunch of Bitcoin going on trips. We went to Argentina. We went to Amsterdam, and all that was paid for with Bitcoin. And then a year later, Bitcoin was 20 grand. Oh man. Okay, so what would it cost us total back then? About 8 Bitcoin?
Yeah.
About 8 for each trip? Four for each trip, I would say.
I mean, that was crazy.
No, more than that. No, it was probably like 6 Bitcoin for each trip because we paid for everything, the hotels and the flights with Bitcoin.
Yeah. I don't even know if that website is still around, like a big sky.
A Bit Sky, that's what we used to use.
Let
Yeah.
me see.
Thank you, Melly Mel. Melly Mel says you're beautiful.
Hi, thank you.
I like project announced as project in that accent. It's a cute accent. Yeah. Doloruz, that's very Spanish of you, Latino of you. Proyecto.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. Those who stay strong will be more than fine. Keep up the positive progress.
I mean, we nobody should be worried. We always figure out how to make more money, how to keep moving forward.
Oh man, when we were first married, we've been married almost 13 years, okay, guys? Or not, 12 years. Just 12 years this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so those first 5 years, man, she would drive me nuts. We got to pay this bill. We got to pay this bill. We got to pay this bill. I'm like, we'll have the money. It's going to happen. I didn't grow up in a house that stressed about money. At least I didn't see it, right? If my mom's here, but I didn't see her stressing about money, about paying bills. So it was never a big worry for me. But in her household, that's all they do is stress about money. And it's ridiculous. And I'm like, don't worry, God will take care of it. we will pay the bill.
The thing is that I grew up, always paying the bills. Punctual, not making missing a payment.
And I'm not a punctual person when it comes to bills.
I have my little regime or routine or whatever.
Routine. She's so
Anal.
she's so anal, man. She's like has everything perfect and in order, and I'm just chaos.
Yeah.
So we're opposites in that respect, and but it always works out. She's never not had something done or paid for, and I think after all these years, she's finally coming to that realization that everything's going to work out. Marco's here. Much love to you guys. Remember, it's about to be 4 months of Pulsechain. Stick to your plan. Have a plan. That's right, sir.
Yeah, stick to the plans.
See, Melly Mel says, "Oh my God, I need your wife's oils." Hey, Melly Mel, just get some cold pressed castor oil, and every night before you go to bed, put it under your eyes, put it over your eyes, put it on the sides of your face. It's amazing.
Yeah, castor oil is doing. I even putting in my hair. It's doing very well.
Yep. As one who manages the trait of depression, it's important to guard yourself. So uplifting YouTube videos for me, watching that English mechanical engineer build an underground man cave and tunnel. Yeah, you watch what brings you joy.
Nice.
Paul says, are we in a game of chicken between 9-inch Fiat Famous, LL, and Power City? They all just being dick teased lately. Because everyone's like, who's going to launch first, right? And I think, let's bring that back up. So let's go through each one. 9-inch, they already said that they have their own Oracle. They built their own Oracle, so they don't need Fetch to launch. Fiat Famous, they have their own Oracle, so they don't need Fetch. LL and Power City, they both need Fetch to launch first, and that's the Oracle that the LL team has built. So Power City has already said they'll launch when Fetch launches. So there's that. 9-inch says they came out with an update yesterday that they're 90% complete. They have a couple more things that they need to do before they can launch. And last week they said 1 to 4 weeks. It's already been 1 week. So I don't expect it to be more than 2 more weeks. At least I hope not, because we're going to Canada soon, and I would like that to be done so I don't have to bring my computer with me.
Yeah,
and
I know, right? So hopefully get launched soon.
Yeah, come on, Hexy. I think Richard should have created PLS. Shouldn't have created PLS. He should have used Hex as primary token for the new chain, which would have been an extra mental thoughts. I don't know how that would have worked, CL. I don't know how you can do that for a chain. I'm not a techie, so we'll see. Robert goes on.
Segways.
Yeah, he segues all the time. My soap is rocks and broken glass. It helps me when I look at my wallet. What the hell? Life changer.
My soap. That sounds weird.
Oh God. Melly Mel says, I wish I had SAC for 9-inch. Yeah, a lot of people have. And we still did 15 million. That was crazy. We did SAC for 9-inch just a wee bit, just a tip. You guys see why 9-inch is going to be so popular? Because it just makes people smile. It makes them laugh. I love it. Been DCAing like a junkie crackhead for the past 2 weeks. EHEX and every other RH project. It's an addiction. That's how we go. Is Beetroot better than Tornado Cash? Where are the differences? I'm not quite sure where the differences are. I just know that Beetroot has lots of different options for onboarding your crypto, moving crypto around and that kind of stuff, and obfuscating. So once Beetroot's all up and running, I think it's going to be better than Tornado Cash. It's going to have a lot more features. So my Beetroot is just sitting there earning more and more Beetroot every day. I don't like reflection tokens. Reflection token is a token, if it just sits in your wallet, every time there's transactions, there's fees earned. Mm-hmm. They tax the transactions, and once a week, everyone gets a payout. Mm-hmm. Or it's like, I don't know, I think it's once a week or every 4 days or something.
Okay.
And every time I log in and look at our Beetroot, it just grows and grows and grows. So I'm all for that. But the Beetroot price has been slammed down. If you guys want an opportunity to get it on Beat right now, I would take the opportunity, because Hart's Law has really hurt Beetroot, because when PLS went down by 60% recently, it took the price of Beetroot down 60% as well, because that was its main trading pair. That's what happens. Bull market and fund news is designed to shake weak hands. I have patience to wait 2 to 3 for the high in the bull run, but the farms in a bear market print more coins, so diamond hands. Absolutely, Georgia. Being a liquidity provider right now is just phenomenal. Just be able to earn money just by.
No, absolutely.
I love it. And thank you to the Fiat Fuck's team for having such a great platform for doing that. I don't use Pulsex for my liquidity farming. I use BHUX and 9-inch soon. Hey, Randy, what pulse bridge should I use? Bridge.pulse or GoPulse? I just use the bridge.pulse chain. I don't have any problem with GoPulse. I just never used it. I didn't even know they had a bridge. Yes, Georgia, me too. Hello, lovely people. Much love from Colombia. Fire starter. Say hi to V for us.
Mm-hmm.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, exactly. More guys need to understand.
You know what's easy? I'll tell you something that's easy about my wife. She's not one of those people that wants expensive things. She just wants some things. Going shopping is like her favorite thing to do, but she'll be happy going to like the cheapest stores in the world and just coming home with bags of shit. And I'm like, she goes, but it only cost me $20, but it's still a bag of shit. But it doesn't matter. That makes her happy. She'll go shopping at the mall for like hours and come home with like $20 worth of stuff.
Oh,
I'm like, are you kidding me? And for her, it's traveling.
Yeah, I think collecting experiences is the thing for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the scratches she likes to get itched is going traveling, and which we'll be doing in a couple weeks.
I was watching Crypto.
Yeah, Mom was watching Crypto Sloth.
Oh, nice.
Will eHex ever be on Uniswap again? It's still there. It's just on their front end. It's gone. So use something like CowSwap or 1-inch and 9-inch when it launches on Ethereum. You don't need to use Uniswap anymore.
It's so crazy, the Uniswap.
Centralized.
Yeah, definitely.
They're based in New York, so they're a bunch of jerks. Still trying to convince my girl we should move to Panama before taking profits. Hopefully by the time I'm ready to retire, I'll have her acquiescence, meaning she'll agree. Yeah. Panama's great, guys. I'm telling you. I mean, let me tell you something. I said this in the Telegram group the other day. Let me tell you something. When you have somebody like me, for example, in a country, or Firestarter, for example, in Colombia, when you have someone like us locally that you know and that even though you might never have met us in person, and say you've been following me for years or you're in my Patreon, it's like you already know us. Yeah, you haven't met us in person, but we've connected online. Maybe we did a consult together, or you've been in my Patreon calls for 6 months or something. After a while, you feel like you get to know me and I get to know you, that type of thing. Then you come to Panama and then we hang out and we get you with the right lawyers, we get you with the right banks. And these are the things that people don't have access to as expats. One of the biggest struggles we've seen with expats is that most fail. I would say 60 to 70% of the people who move to Panama, and this isn't just Panama, this is Costa Rica, this is all these other places too. They come to these places and they fail because they can't, it's too much of an adjustment, right?
Yeah, they don't, it gets difficult because they call us third world country because we don't have the, things don't move fast. But when you hang out with a local, with somebody help you out, that things move forward faster. Yeah,
you come down and we put you in the right place, talking to the right people, and all of a sudden everything's done for you.
Yeah,
We don't do stuff ourselves. A lot of the times, like when it comes to our car and things, we'll pay a runner to go handle it for us. I'm not going and waiting in line at the DMV or the Motor Vehicle Bureau. We pay somebody to do that for us. Or you pay a lawyer to handle your corporations or your accountant that handles all your taxes. This is what rich people do in the US is what even middle class people can do in Panama. You can afford to have all these people that do your work for you instead of wasting your time running around handling all this bureaucratic bullshit, which we have to deal with in Panama. Like our friend Brad, him and his wife, they have a beautiful house and they had really good lawyers. So everything was much easier for them than somebody who just comes down and tries to do it on their own. So they were a perfect example who had it. They did it well, and they live here part-time. But there's folks that they just come down and they're not very successful. We found out the most successful people that come to Latin America are the ones who marry locals. They stick around.
Oh, they have cakes as well.
And then they have kids, and those
Yeah.
because then you have that foothold, and it's then it's totally makes sense, and you stick around and just have a decent life. But the ones who've been here the longest are all the ones that have just
Married locals.
married locals. What? You grabbed a cookie?
These taste so good.
Little kid. See? When the cat's away, the mice will play. Oh God.
What else do we got? Oh, we break that one.
Yeah. Little Grass Shack Farm here in the Philippines has me busy at 8 a.m., but I'll try harder to make it. There you go. Opposite attracts, you two work great. Thank you. Maximus Experience.
Oh, Maximus Experience.
I'm in Napanee, Ontario now. Unless I pull a rabbit, not a VW, out of my hat, or a Nissan Stagio would suit me just fine. Jeez. I'll miss you in Ontario to conclude my comment. All right, sorry. It's, we've got like a couple friends coming up to visit. Yes, Melly Mel, I've used Portalex and it works great. I've used it twice. What's your favorite food in Panama? Mine is cookie.
Oh my God. Well, the food. Actually, that food locals don't consume it. This.
They don't. You don't see that stuff getting used here.
No, actually, no. Things are different nowadays.
Yeah. But Marco, PHUX, you're not supposed to be using it, but that's more of a warning. I take it as you will. I mean, I think a VPN would work fine, but they say you're not even supposed to use a VPN, but that's them covering their own asses. What's my favorite food in Panama? I'd say ropa vieja.
How do you call ropa vieja? Ropa vieja.
Ropa vieja. That's
Like a steak, like
a
shredded steak.
shredded beef. Yeah,
Shredded
shredded beef with like a tomato sauce. That's my favorite. When existing large positions during the bull market will be the best service and coin to use to transfer into fiat, meaning best fees. USDC is the best right now. That's what we use. When we offboard our money, we use USDC. So that's the one I would use. Yes. Mel Tony, good to see you. Greetings, you guys look so much younger than on TikTok. Michael.
Maybe the video.
Oh, that's what he's talking about.
Let me see if I found that video.
Annabelle made a video of us looking like grandmas and grandpas.
I'm gonna.
You guys have internet, YouTube, the kids will be fine. That's right, absolutely. I think Anna's gonna pull it. Yeah. She looks like her mom so much in that video.
Oh my God.
Or actually, you look more like your aunt. Oh, you're one of your aunts.
No, that's right.
It's so funny. All right, so let's do the charts really quick. And let me get rid of the banner. All right, so where are we? Here's Bitcoin. I was really surprised Bitcoin had a nice recovery. We went down to 28.6 the other day. Yep, 28.608. And now we bounced back, but we still have a red Aurochs indicator on the weekly. That doesn't bode well for Bitcoin. It went back over 30,000, I think. Excuse me. 30,239 was the peak so far this week. Well, there's some people saying that Bitcoin could run up again, up to 34,000. But I think this month we're going into the new moon, so that should be a positive thing for the crypto markets and markets in general. But remember, this month is a blue moon, so we have a second full moon coming on the 28th. So be prepared that we could have a nasty ending to the month. People, like Waters Above said, Richard Hart don't come out on the 26th.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy because we won't be here. So
We'll still be here on the 26th.
20.
Yeah, we fly on the 28th. Though. All right, so that's Bitcoin. Ethereum on the daily, we do have a green. You saw how, Hart's Law moved Ethereum up too, along with Bitcoin. I wanted to look at the weekly though. Still red Aurochs indicator. I don't know where we're going. Look at Hex. Hex is just trading sideways. This is on the daily. Still green on the daily. And the weekly, still green on the weekly. Look at all of this volume that happened, and yet Hex still stayed green on the weekly. This is EHEX, by the way. So this is where Hex is looking pretty bullish, in my opinion. Bitcoin, it could have a run, but I think it's going to come right back down. It's like one of these liquidity. It's when the traders, the big banks and stuff, they're looking for exit liquidity. So they pump the token. It could be Binance. It could be anybody that does this. If they know that something bad's coming in the next week, they'll pump the token. They'll exit, and they'll let you take the losses when the bottom falls out or the elevator goes down, like how I like to say it. Yep. So get ready. Umberto says, Panama is simply awesome. By the way, Ropa Vieja is Cuban. I make an awesome Ropa Vieja. All right, Umberto. Cool. Fresh taco. What is good? Almost missed you. We'll have to catch up on the replay. It's good to see you, Clint Jones. Jonathan had a bad day today. Great stream. Always love to see you all together. Randy, thank you, Jonathan. Hope everything gets better. We had one of our Patreon members had a rough today. They had a flood in Slovenia, and he lost he didn't lose his house, but it got flooded out. A lot of his neighbors lost their houses. 1-year-old house, fellow Mexican, and it's really sad to see that.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how Slovenia insurance law works and all, insurance stuff works, but hopefully they come in there and they remediate the house, fix it all, and get it back to go, the way it was. But that's tough. Floods are terrible. I would never live in a low-lying area. I'd always be at least up on a hill. Just, especially living somewhere like here where we get massive amounts of rain.
This guy. U.S.
You guys in an interrogation room are just hiding out. Well, we are moving probably by the end of the year or early next year. And due to my new videos that I'm going to be doing about Panama, I don't want everybody knowing where I live. Normally, on a regular night, I would just have the green screen behind me. But because Annabelle was joining me, the green screen is just not wide enough. So I just took it down. But yeah, it's like we're hiding. You guys don't understand that it's getting rough out here, and security is super important. She was getting really tweaked about it, like really getting nervous about how it's so easy to know where we live if you just look out my window.
It is actually.
So now that I'm doing a Panama show, this is going to it's not going to that increases the danger a little bit. So it's good that people will not know where we live. Crypto King's talking about Cliff High. Cliff High said, ended a tweet with 8/28/2023 and beyond. Reality Bites could be referring to BRICS SCO gold-backed currency announcement. Interesting. Oh man, why do we have to be traveling in that day?
It's gonna be. I see a lot of things going on, but thing.
75,000 to 85,000 Bitcoin top, you think? Oh, I think it'll go 6 figures. This is bull run, Carl? I think so. Jonathan, you are welcome. I appreciate you, sir. RH was born in the year of the goat, and we're finishing off the year of the rabbit. #bullish. I'm assuming that's a good thing. How much worse can it get? Well, it can get a little bit worse. I mean, the thing is, it's not Hex and Pulsechain that can get worse so much. Or the FUD around Hex and Pulsechain, it's the main markets. So if the regular markets crash, the first thing that people sell, Bitcoin. What happens? Hart's Law. Bitcoin takes down Ethereum. Ethereum takes down everything else.
Yeah, exactly.
And everything else takes down Pulsechain. So, and people start getting scared with their stocks and things like that, and they'll need to cover if they have options and all those kind of things of shorts and longs. They're going to have to start covering things, and the first thing that they're going to sell is their crypto. And we got a lot of investors in the Pulsechain ecosystem, so That's just my opinion on the matter. If it's a liquidity crisis and the banks are falling apart, I think Bitcoin will go up. If it's a stock market crash, Bitcoin will go down. That's just how I'm feeling about that. Yeah, Jonathan, remember that. There's always somebody that had a worse day than you. That's for sure. Yeah, like the president.
When we go to Toronto, I want to go to the top coach of the train will go to Toronto.
Okay. Kid's so excited to go to Toronto. How much worse can it get? Yeah. Oh wait, Jonathan. Yeah, it always can get worse. Look at the presidential guy, the guy running for president in Ecuador who was assassinated tonight. That's all over Twitter.
Yeah, this year seems rough.
Thank you, Melly Mel. Yeah, it's just time. We've been living here for 3 years. It's time to move on. We need a bedroom for our son. A 2-bedroom, not cutting it anymore. So it's time. Cliff I said Veritasi was going to the moon. Michael, are you serious? Are you like making fun? Are you being sarcastic? Because you remember him talking about Veritasium back in 2017.
Yeah, exactly.
Prayers and good wishes to the flood victim. That's right, Iron Crypto. This way I'll see my man. What's up, brother? We were just on the Crypto Sloth show together.
Oh, nice.
Okay, guys. Well, let's wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Tomorrow night, I have our Patreon strategy call at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you're not in the Patreon, get in there. Let me put if you missed it. And the No Permissions Patreon, we're over 300 members now. I was expecting it to be over 1,000 in about a year. And as you know, we come from the Dollar Vigilante. We are the social media team for the Dollar Vigilante. We know how to manage these things with the website and conferences and all this kind of things. So we're moving forward with all these things. I know it's going a little bit slow, but we'll announce everything in time. And I'm looking forward to having a nice place for you guys to come to hang out. And same thing with the Telegram. The Telegram is very welcoming. Everyone's so cool and willing to help each other out. So thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers from Panama.
Bye.